All right. Hello, hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it may be for you. It is definitely the evening for me. And I'm coming on today. Calliope. Come on. It's good. Thank you. Ridiculous. Got one on my lap, one bothering me over here. They're in my life. Anyway, what I was gonna say. Coming on and doing a reading this evening for me for Scorpio. Probably the most Scorpio thing of all time. Wasn't planning on doing a Scorpio reading. I usually do it based off like the energy and what I'm feeling, or spirit is like connecting with me and be like, hey, do it now, or like, hey, you're feeling it out for later this day or maybe tomorrow. Wasn't feeling the Scorpio energy that it needed to come in. And literally I just went for a walk at night. It's quite literally like 10:44, and as I'm speaking to you, 10:44 p.m. I was walking at night, and I was about 3/4 of the way back. I literally, like, my house was just about in sight, and Spirit came in, and it was just like Scorpio reading, and I was like, oh, Scorpio reading right now. I was like, all right, yeah, okay. I felt like there was a gap in things I needed to do, whether it be like showering or watching a show on Netflix or something like that. But yeah, all right, we'll do the Scorpio reading now. And then I just chuckled to myself because I was like, yeah, that would be what I'm doing right now. So for you guys that don't know, 144, I am a Scorpio myself. Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Mercury. So needless to say, I feel you wherever you're coming from. The light is bothering me. I need to adjust it. I don't know why. I'm not vibing with it. There we go. It's a little bit warmer. Okay. But yeah, I'm a Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Mercury. So I'm very thankful for those placements, but oh boy, do I feel all the feels. And which is why so much of my readings are governed by emotion, what I'm tapping into emotionally and the psyche. But yeah, so Scorpio, if you're watching, and this is, again, like, my readings are timeless, but they're also like, whether you're Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus, Jupiter even, whatever it may be, Scorpio rising, this energy will apply to you in some capacity. It's just how you pick up on it, how you apply it to your life. Like, when I watch videos on Pisces, like, I can understand how that relates to me as a rising sign versus me as a Scorpio. I can pick up on how it's applying to my Sun, Moon, Mercury. When I'm listening to Sagittarius videos, I can see how it has influence in like my Mars, Venus, my Jupiter placements, and how that's playing out in my life. So apply it as you see fit. Alrighty. But anyway, I've already tapped into my guides. I'm just gonna feel out these cards, open them up to my heart space, and then we'll get shuffling and see what the message is for Scorpio that wanted to come in tonight for y'all. All right, cool. Scorpio, what do we need to know about Scorpio this evening? But timelessly, in this moment, for when Scorpio is ready to receive this message. Scorpio. All right, I'm gonna do some shuffling. What a wild night. What a fun night, but I would expect nothing less from my Scorpio crowd. Scorpio is a complex sign. I know, because I'm a complex person and I kind of just take pride in it. I enjoy the fact that most people don't have me figured out, or that most people don't know exactly what I'm thinking. I kind of like play my life along that chord, which has, been a positive and negative attribute of my life at times. But if anyone's going to know what's going on with me, I'd rather it be me. I play my cards close to the vest or chest, or however the expression goes. And I like it. It's funny. I kind of laugh at myself as I go about my life in that way, and I think about how much these placements really do have an impact on my personality and how I'm probably perceived by others, or rather with Scorpio, the lack of what other people's perceive about me. It's pretty fun. or what they want to perceive more about me. It's just, oh, it's so much fun for me. I'm sorry. No, I have nothing to apologize for, but sorry. We got an apologism. But yeah, all right. Anyway, Scorpios, you'll get it. What do we need to know about Scorpio? What is the timeless message we have right now for all of our Scorpio listeners, watchers, potentially cross watchers, so to speak? What does Scorpio need to know? What does Scorpio need to know? 1, 2, 3. Do a little bit more shuffling. So we'll get your archetypes cards. I always dive in with the archetypes first, and then I clarify with tarot for you guys. I like to get right on in, right into the meat of it with the archetypes cards, which are oracle cards by Kim Krantz, if I'm not mistaken. I love the archetypes cards. They're rich with emotion, imagery, spiritual metaphors, which is what I'm all about in this life. All right, we're getting there. I feel it. We are truly getting there. All right. Thank goodness. All right, one more chunk out of the middle that gets dispersed. All right, and now we'll draw 1. Back this up a little bit. 2 and 3. Underlying energy is the heart. Oh my golly goodness. The heart. It's the underlying energy. So, alright, I'll tap into this. I'll hold the heart card up to my heart and we'll see what message needs to be conveyed. Alright, Scorpios. If y'all are anything like me right now, there's a brevity to your heart when you're feeling this card. This is kind of like speaking to my Scorpio moon right now on my emotions, but there's a brevity, there's a calmness, there's a stillness that is coming to my heart when I tap into that energy. And I'm not trying to make this a personal reading. I don't want this to be open for all of us to interpret and to feel. And actually, as I'm looking at this card right now, I'm seeing that it's very similar to the hues of pink that are in the inside of the box that it comes in. It was 808 as I pointed that out. It's like rich, but it's light-hearted. The first word that came to mind was brevity, but the word that really wants to be heard and that wants to be spoken is vulnerability. So whether you're learning to be more vulnerable with your heart, or you're being asked to be more vulnerable, more open, more transparent with your emotions, your feelings, that is what's going on right now. And the essence of this card being depicted right here is that it's okay. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be open to love, too, and to share your love, to share your space, your heart space with other people, because it is nestled by spirit. It's held very tenderly, closely. There's a warmth to that energy of it being nestled in. And whether, you're feeling that energy right now of a warmth, whether it's a love for yourself, whether it's a love for your family, your friends, maybe a significant other, there's a warmth, there's a certainty, there's a reassurance to being present in that loving energy right now. All right? So that's what's being conveyed with the underlying energy of the heart. We're going to flip up the other 3 cards, and we're going to get it going. We've got the animal. The animal. We have... I swear, I do a good job shuffling these cards. Althea. Althea, this card has been coming up so so often in all facets. It's come up in like 2 personal readings that I've done for me and for other people, and also it's come up in at least one of these past readings. I forget if it was for Virgo or if it was for Libra, even though I just did these readings, but Althea. I just laughed because it wanted to come out. This card literally popped out as I was shuffling, but I was like, no, we're not ready. So get back in there. And it sure as shit ends out here, and it's front and center in this reading. So everyone needs to know about that. And then we have the mirror, which came out for Virgo a couple days ago. The mirror. All right, so these cards wanted to be known. They wanted to be shown. I can assure you, I do shuffle these cards pretty thoroughly, and I mix them up. Hey, the messages want to be conveyed, all right? Okay. We got the semblance of the idea of what the heart was getting at, so we'll tap into the animal for you guys. It was just 11:11 as I picked that up, all right? Cool. All right. This is a very impressive card. But it also almost made me tear up. Like, you'll notice sometimes if you pay attention to me as I'm doing these readings, and a part of the reason why I want you to see my face when I do these readings is you can see the emotion that I'm feeling when I'm talking to you, but also so it feels like we're having a conversation, that I'm your, I'm your bud, I'm your friend, I'm doing a reading for you in this moment. Oftentimes, if it's an intense enough emotion, it'll bring tears to my eyes. Sometimes I just start crying, I start weeping, but sometimes I'll kind of get a little teary-eyed. I started to get that towards the tail end of the energy I was picking up on this. The animal, the words that came to mind were like precision, perseverance, intuition, veracity, and just endurance. You, as an individual, whoever I'm talking to as a Scorpio, you've endured so much. You've endured so much, and you've been through the ringer in this lifetime. Maybe recently, maybe in the past, or you feel like it's been your entire life, but you have been through the ringer. You've been going through it, and you've been steadfast. You've kind of been the strong one in a lot of people's eyes. When I look at this eye, I see a wolf's eye. You might not see it, but I see that eye as an eye of a wolf, which is very cold, but calculated, but it's in survival mode. And if you can relate to that, by all means, but like I see that as an eye that has endured, that has seen the shit of this world, that's seen pain, that's hungered, but has also stayed true, stayed steady, and has kept a very even keel and cool demeanor despite the amount of pain or tribulation that you might have endured as an individual, as a person, as a soul in this lifetime, or maybe even many lifetimes. You've been the one to keep a level head. You've been the one to stay calm and collected under pressure, in confrontation, in the face of danger. And it's like the message being conveyed right off the bat with this one is like, it's okay to let your guard down a little bit now. It's okay. You don't have to be the fierce warrior or the lone wolf all the time. It's really okay to just be at ease a little bit, to breathe. And it's not like, it's not a condemning thing saying like, oh, you're being too independent, or oh, you're being cold-hearted. No, not at all. It's an admiration coming from spirits. Be like, you have been that alpha fucking wolf in the pack, and everyone has looked up to you. You are appreciated. We know, we feel what you've endured, and we have nothing but love and admiration and respect to be shown to you. And whether or not it's communicated to you from the people in your surroundings, whether it be your family, friends, it's seen subconsciously through everyone that's in your presence on a regular basis. They know that you have that energy within yourself, and it's admired, whether they tell you or not. Your strength is seen. It's respected. So that's what wants to be communicated with the animal right now. All right, we're going to tap into Althea. I was going back and forth between Alethea and Althea. I think Althea just sounds better, so I'm going with Althea for further pronunciations. So, all right. All right. Now, if you watch my other readings, when I did this for my introduction reading, and if you haven't watched it, by all means, please do so, because I talk about what I want this channel to be. But anyway, I first interpreted this card when I felt it, and I tapped into it as unconditional love. This card, when I looked it up, means truth. Just raw, unbridled, certain truth. And the word that came to mind as I held this card up to my heart this time was certainty. Like absolute, undeniable certainty. It's a matter of factness. It's a raw understanding. It's a simplistic truth that you hold in the center of your being. So whether it's a situation that you're in, whether it's a feeling that you have inside yourself, in your heart, in your outlook on the world, whatever space you're in, don't doubt that certainty. I'm almost picking this up as like intuition, but I want to say it's even more like fundamental than that. Like it's a combination, because whenever I point out this card, this purple up here is your intuition. It's your third eye. The gold nugget down here, this golden pearl, is your heart space. It's the passion, it's the purpose, it's the drive, it's your inner divinity. When those come together in balance, you can see through the black and white, the bullshit of this world and other people. It's the certainty in your being. With every fiber of your being, you know the truth of the situation. So don't doubt that, all right? If you're looking for guidance from other people, I mean, granted, if you're watching this video, then you're looking for guidance from me. Use your discernment, obviously. Discern whether or not you think I'm a valid source of information, of wisdom, of knowledge, of guidance, whatever it may be. Trust your own judgment, your own wisdom, your own intuition, your own soul. That's what's being asked of you, because you know what's best for you. If you know this message is meant for you, then you won't have a doubt in your mind. But if you have doubts, then by all means, stop watching this video right now. Watch something else. Spend your time better. There's an absolute certainty that's present in this card. And there are times when this was like, oh, truth is coming to the surface, or unconditional love will show you the way. But right now, this card is speaking of absolute certainty within your being. All right? The Mirror card. All right? We're going to tap into this. We're already 19 minutes in. Oh, boy. Mirror. All right. A lot comes to mind. So when I pulled this Mirror card for Virgo, it was a lot different, the energy. And maybe because it's the intensity of Scorpios in general, or maybe you're just on top of your shit like I am. I don't know. But the Mirror in this context is speaking to the idea that whatever the situation you've been in, or you are in, or you're going into, you've been forced to look at yourself in some capacity. You've been forced to look at yourself, look at the moon card speaks to emotions. And usually like when you're a mirror is being held up to, you have to look at yourself. Obviously, if you see any mirror, you're looking at yourself. But sometimes that comes in a myriad of ways. You know, it might be a human that's reflecting something back to you. It might be an experience that you've had that reflects something back to you. It might be an actual reflection that you're seeing in yourself, that you notice something about yourself. Or the mirror card appearing here this evening for myself, for you, it can be whatever time, again. The mirror card is saying that you've had an opportunity to look at yourself and you didn't run away. And you're kind of being patted on the back. Now, if you haven't had the opportunity, if you're like, David, I haven't reflected on myself, I haven't had anyone mirror anything back to me, the message is to, when you come across this person, when you come across this situation, don't falter. Don't run away. Stand your ground and look yourself dead in the eye with the situation, with the person that's being reflected back to you, so that you can see yourself. If you have done this and you know what I'm talking about, you're getting a warm pat on the back. You're getting a hug from spirit, because you had an opportunity. You were faced with looking at your own demons in the mirror, and you didn't run away. You addressed them. You confronted the situation, and you took care of business. You took care of business. You handled the situation for what it was. You took the necessary actions that were pointed out to you by spirit. You followed through with it with determination and grace. And you handled what you needed to handle. And if, again, you haven't come across this situation yet, do your best, do the absolute best you can to handle it with grace, purpose, and raw intention and motivation, knowing that you can get through it. Because anyone that comes into your life that's reflecting something back to you, it's something that you need to get processed. Whatever you don't like about another person is something you don't like about yourself. But conversely, if there's something you like about another person, they're probably showing something that you like within yourself, or something that you want to embody yourself. All right? Wow. It's beautiful. So this might be a loving situation. This honestly might all just come back to just loving yourself. Giving yourself the time of day. And if you've been able to do that, which, you know, I can say I've gone through some experiences over the past few months that have forced me to do that. I've been able to do it. It's a wonderful feeling, all right? It's fucking phenomenal. You can't beat it. So without further ado, we're going to try out some tarot. We're going to get some clarification on these cards, just in case whatever I said didn't make any fucking sense to you guys, but I can vibe, and I hope you have been able to too. But we'll draw some tarot, we'll get some clarifiers, see what any other messages that Spirit wants to convey for us, alright? Hold it up to my heart. Try not to let this get over like 30 fucking minutes long. Bye. We're here for you. Spirit, what message needs to be conveyed for Scorpio? Can you clarify these underlying energies of the heart, the animal, Althea, and the mirror for us, alright? Thank you. Alright. Some shuffle buffaloing. Hello, Calliope. Excuse me. Yeah, you can sit right there. Just don't be walking all over the cards there, young lady. She's like perched right at the... There we go. Alright. Alright. Split up the deck a little bit. And we'll get into this. All these clarifications. Alright. A little bit more shuffling. feel it. I know it one time is right. Cool. All right. Clarifying the heart. We have the Page of Wands. Let me show it to you. Keep on dropping cards. Page of Wands is clarifying the heart. All right. The animal is being clarified by the Judgment. Judgment. Althea is clarified by Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. And the mirror is being clarified by the Eight of Wands. All right. Underlying energy at the the tarot is the Devil. All right. What I was gonna say, a message that came to mind when I was initially pulling up the mirror is a thought, a recurring thought that's been going through my head for the past couple weeks is, you know, you've made significant progress in your life. You know that you're at the tail end of clearing out your bullshit when you can look the devil in his eyes and tell him he's your bitch. All right, and I knew that message needed to come out for someone, and of course it's coming out for Scorpio. And the more and more I pulled all these fucking cards, the more and more I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely a Scorpio reading, and it's for the fucking real ones. And I think I've dropped the F-bomb in this reading more than any other readings, but Scorpio can handle it more than any other person. This one, in this card, literally is just coming out at the very end, the tail end, for that message alone. If you've gone through the process that I think and know you have, or if you're coming to the end of the process that I know you have, you are able to stare the devil in his eyes and tell him he's your bitch. It's a matter of fact. Like, there's no fear anymore. Like, you might be coming out of a situation that you are fearful or dreadful of, but like, you're looking at the situation straight on, being like, I don't care. You do not hold any weight over me anymore. All right. Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands with the heart card really, to me, just speaks of the warmth. Now, this might be like you. This might be another person that like touched your heart, that really opened you up. But if anything, it's like the pages are usually about like kind of like maybe like a little bit of like an offer or a gesture from someone that might be immature or like younger. But more so, it speaks to me of like just like the sweet subtlety of like, oh, like a warmth of gentleness, a passionate offering of recognition. 11:11 right now as I read that off. It's a gentleness, a sweetness. There's a warmth being exuded with the heart space and this energy underneath it. All right, that's what it's telling me. Judgment with the animal. Judgment clarifying the animal card right here. It's saying that judgment has arrived. But all right, let me actually feel it out. Sorry. Judgment has arrived, and you're at the end of a cycle when it comes to being this cold-blooded. I mean, a wolf isn't cold-blooded, but like, you don't have to be that tough guy anymore. You don't have to be the one that everyone's relying on anymore. Judgment has been served. You're recognized for all of the efforts that you've fucking gone through. All right, you're a powerful individual. You're strong. You're very capable. You don't have to pretend like there's ice running through your veins all the time. Now, it helps in many situations, don't get me wrong, to be calm, cool, collected, to be hyper vigilant, and, you know, have an eye on your back, but also everyone else's back. But know that, like, God has seen your efforts, your action, your bravery, your strength, and you're being rewarded. It's time to just take a deep breath and know that you've been with Spirit all along, that you've been looked after, that you've been cared for, and you're on the right track. Like, this is a time to like breathe in and breathe out and know that you're respected, that you're appreciated. All right, by like the people around you, but also by spirit, so which is highest regards. Okay. The Ten of Swords. All right, the Ten of Swords clarifying Althea. Now, more often than not, this card speaks of like pain, maybe death, being betrayed. But really, for me, like if you've gone through similar experiences for me, and if you're coming to a close like I am, this is just an ending of accepting the pain that you've gone through, accepting betrayal, accepting the fact that you've been stabbed in the back, that you've been through it like 10 times over. You've been through the pain, you've been through the suffering, you've been through the heartbreak, you've been through the agony. It's like, no matter what the world has to fucking throw at you, like, you know you can go through it. And now this isn't saying like, oh, it's going to keep on happening, or oh, that you feel like betrayed right now. No, this is saying that you've endured those emotions before, and now you're not afraid of anything that has to be thrown at you. Now this is spirit saying like, hey, this is kind of like a close to that suffering, to that pain, to that arduous life that you've been fucking living. But it's mainly like the self-assurance and confidence within yourself to know that like there's nothing that you haven't seen, and maybe like it'd arrive in a new way, in a new form, a new person, a new face, a new situation, but like you've been through it. And like you're not afraid to put yourself out there anymore. You're not afraid of much of anything. And like you have discernment. There's certainty that you can overcome whatever obstacle comes your way. Whatever obstacle comes your way. And that's what that Ten of Swords is saying in conjunction with Althea right now. All right. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands. Really what this is talking to me is about like the fast insight that came through. So whatever this time period was of the mirror, whether it was a person, again, a situation, a context, you literally just taking the time to be more self-aware and sit with yourself, you gained tremendous insight from this. The intellect, the thoughts that came rushing in for you to process, just came in like boom, 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 boom. And you were able to address them, no problem. Typically wands are fire. Maybe the being able to see yourself was kind of like an inspiration. To see yourself in another person, to see yourself in across context, was inspiration for you to just get your shit together. 8 is the infinity symbol, so it's like a timeless nature to it, and it's like when you look in the mirror, it is timeless. Take that as a metaphor as you will. I don't know. I don't care. But you, 33, I just saw on the clock. You took the opportunity, you galvanized, and you transformed. That's really all this is saying. It was a fast-acting effort by you. You transmuted, you progressed, you alchemized, and you transformed rapidly. But that's what you are, Scorpio. So applaud. Applaud yourself, give yourself a pat on the back. You've been through it, whether it's, we're talking about a short time frame, a week, a month, a year, a lifetime, lifetimes, whatever it is, you deserve recognition because you've been through it. You've transposed, you've transgressed, I guess. You've transformed, and you've come out the other end stronger for it. So if no one has told you this, I'm proud of you. I love you. And you're going to do great things. Stand in your power, know your strength, have determination, and know that your will is aligned with the will of God, especially if you've gone through all those bullshit, and you're going to do great things. I have nothing else to say. Reach out to me somehow, thesacredclown11@gmail.com if you want a personal reading. I love you. Until next time. You're kicking ass. Peace. Love. Bye.